Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go over an email that was sent from a subscriber. This is from a guy, sounds like he's in his probably very early 20s. He's in school. He's from the Ukraine, but he's going to school in Taiwan. And he's going to share his story of how while he's been living abroad in Taiwan for school, he developed a relationship, if you will, if you even want to call it that, with a girl that he knew from back home in his community. A younger gal who he pretty much spent all his time texting with and all that. And when I say texting, I mean spicy texting with spicy pictures, and you guys can connect the dots of what I mean there. And this went on for a while, and he pretty much felt like they had a relationship, if you will. But then lo and behold, one day, just out of nowhere, boom, stops. She pretty much goes, I wouldn't say no contact, but pretty much a screeching halt to the attention she was giving him. And pretty much this guy really felt just dumped, hurt, betrayed, all that, and just couldn't understand what was going on. And obviously very upset about this, and how could she do this to me, and blah, 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 blah. But you're going to see, guys, that this guy, if I'm being honest here and fair, which I try to be, he's no saint. Because you're going to see all along, while they were having a little pretty much affair, she had a boyfriend, and he knew about it, which shows you the type of girl that she is. And it also shows you that, he brought a lot of this on himself. And the reason I'm doing this particular one, guys, is to cover the subject of attention and validation. How gals literally can't function without it. And it's all in varying degrees of how much your typical gal nowadays with social media and all the attention they can get from that is. So, they all like it. I once heard a guy eloquently say, to gals, it's literally like a plant needing sunlight and water. They can't function without it. Hence, you have this world of girls, Instagram, OnlyFans, different dating apps that they get bombarded with attention from guys, and it's like a drug to them. And there's also a lot of gals that will develop virtual relationships with guys they've met online through Instagram, whatever, and they talk to, and they flirt with them, send them pictures, naughty texts, all that type of thing. And they could be talking to 5 or 6 different guys, let alone guys they already know that maybe they're dating. You get the point. And so you can't, it is what it is. And so for a lot of guys out there that this may happen to and are shocked, like, how could she just stop talking to me? Well, the odds are she just got bored. The attention and validation got boring. She got what she wanted, and now she's moved on to somebody else, or just maybe more recent guys. And so I wanted to do this as an example, guys, just to show you in today's world how things are like and what a lot of them are like. Does this mean every single girl is going to be like this and be talking to 5 or 6 different guys? No, of course not. But plenty do. And so also talking about the issue with this guy, that he knew she had a boyfriend, but he did this anyway. And, you'd think that if she was going to do this to her boyfriend and sneak around behind his back and send spicy pictures to some guy and have a little relationship with him, what makes you think that she's not going to do that to you, or just dump you out of the blue when she gets bored? It's a very important thing. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to go through his email here, and I'll get a little in-depth about my opinion on this particular subject. So it starts off, he says, "Good day, SSM. I found your channel rather recently, but that was enough to make my already jaded look upon modern gals to resemble Ash. I heard you propose to read stories of other men that have had bad experiences with women, but I'm not sure mine will qualify here. I will understand if you turn it down. Anyway, here it is." Well, bro, you're in luck because your story has a good point and a good lesson in it, so this is why I'm doing it. He said, "Let me start with my background to clarify a bunch of things. I was born in a very good and traditional family. Yours, SSM, and your videos have proven that my mother is a literal saint among the modern gals. She is a strong, independent, traditional, compassionate, non-religious, and feminine, pay attention to that, feminine, female, who is very active in the movement that restores the cultural legacy of my country." He says, "Me and my family are Ukrainian. She loves my father, and he was her first and only husband. My father is just as good. He is a masculine, traditional man that was both understanding, loving, and strict with me as I grew up." Okay, sounds like he has a good balance going on there. "My elder sister has mostly the same qualities as her mother, and we are very close with her. I, on the other hand, am very calm, almost unemotional, and ambivert with a strong introverted side. My family often wonders how I got those strange genes. The rest of my family are extroverts, but the paternity test has proven our blood-related status." Well, bro, I kind of get that because I was always completely different than my family. We all look the same, but completely different in just personality, amongst many other things. I have a few traits that are similar to my mom and dad, but by and large, I'm different than all of them. Now down to the actual story. I never had popularity among girls. At one point, I just stopped even considering a date and said to myself, if they don't give a damn, I won't too. A certain hub that starts with a P usually provides enough to keep one's urges and hormones in check. That way I finished elementary and high school, ending at several universities. When I could, I played D&D with my best friend who is a dungeon master. But since we didn't have enough male players, we had to invite our female school friend. She didn't come along. I think that's what he said. Her younger sister, let's call her Olga, also came to play. I have known her since she was 8 years old. Our families are rather close, and for the record, I am way older. We became friends and played from time to time. Then when I transferred to Taiwan for study, we began actively texting each other. I'm going to trust that she is obviously a lot older now than that, because this was in the past. Let's make that clear here. Firstly, like friends and people with shared interests, but soon suggested stuff started getting into nudes, spicy texting, and deep emotional talks. You know what I mean. It was a very good time since we were both people with creative imaginations and nimble fingers. So here we go with all that. The first red flag appeared soon enough. She had strained relationships with her sisters by the time we started to chat. Also, she had a very stressful life, early part-time jobs, he says her family was poor, panic attacks, and very slim body, and yes, painted red hair. Meaning, obviously, she dyed her hair. Red flag there. Should have seen that one coming, ain't I? Maybe it was for the best that we were in different countries, thousands of kilometers away. Another fact that will make people judge me, I knew she had a boyfriend. Not cool, bro. And yeah, people are going to judge you, and it is well deserved. You shouldn't be talking to and having spicy conversations and sending spicy pictures to some girl that you know 100% has a dude. I mean, think about it. This was your girlfriend. How would you feel if she was talking to some other dude or other dudes, because I guarantee she's talking to other guys, and doing this, right? Not cool. You're just enabling her behavior. And if you think for 1 second this girl who you talked to, obviously you like or liked, in the past tense, wasn't going to do the same thing to you, if you guys got serious and actually had a physical, romantic relationship when you went back home, you're out of your damn mind. Because that's how they handle things. Because, one, the draw, the love of attention and validation, and also, typically cheaters like that, if things aren't going well, instead of ending the relationship, they'll keep the relationship to benefit from certain things from the relationship, but get attention and validation and excitement outside the relationship. So she'd do the same thing to you. So guys, not cool. Don't get involved, in my opinion, don't get involved with gals that you know have a boyfriend or husband. One, because it just really isn't cool. You know, it's going against the bro code here. And two, guess what? Karma's a bitch. It's going to come back and bite you in the ass, and she'll do the same to you. And she'll treat you just the way she's treating that guy. So I just got to make that clear. Anyhow, he says here, and she was rather open about it with me. See? She doesn't care. That shows about her character and her quality. She told me he is not a saint, but he is reliable and stable. Translation, reliable and stable. Therefore, he's not going to go anywhere. Probably has resources to support me. So, okay. I'll get what I want from him, and I'll get what I need from other guys. Worst kind of girl to be involved with. I most definitely am failing the wisdom check. Decide to roll with it. Something out of she has tough times, so maybe I can help her out a bit. Yeah, maybe you can tell yourself you're trying to be the white knight, helping her out a bit, but the reality is you liked her and thought, hey, I want her, I like the attention she's giving me, and maybe I'll get her one day. That's what's going on, if we're being honest here. And get some P organ in the process, opera. You can say my kind and horny sides are working together. Our relationship, and he says not girlfriend-boyfriend kind, really blossomed. She showered me with attention, affection, and good things. I did the same in return. It was a very good and helpful time, since being abroad in a foreign country can be a bit stressful. I, as a juvenile writer and bookworm, told her stories from both books, video games, and TV shows. This felt very nice, like I had met another best friend that understands me, but female. Dude, you don't see her as just a friend, okay? You see her as something beyond a friend. Now, let me just say this. To this guy and anybody else in a situation like this, if you're a relationship guy or a dating guy and you actually want to be involved with a gal, then get into a real-life physical relationship or just dating with a girl or a woman. Not this virtual crap. I get you were in another country and obviously probably can't speak the language and all that, but my point is that a lot of guys will resort to that relationship as opposed to something actually real. And again, gals like this that he's talking to here, I would say easily, it's not impossible to think that she could be talking to 5 different guys that she knows, sending pictures, talking to in a dirty way all over the world or locally, and have her boyfriend. That's usually how it operates. And you're going to see here, guys, once the excitement and the newness of this goes away, boom, bye-bye. He says, and then it stopped. Abruptly, like a strong rain with clear skies. She stopped sending spicy texts and talking a lot, only contacted me from time to time. The raging fire had turned into a bunch of barely warm embers. This guy's into his creative writing. So yeah, everything was going great for a while, all the attention he was getting from her and blah, 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 and just boom, no more attention. And you're going to see here how hurt he is. So obviously this is beyond a friendship. What probably happened is she got bored. That it ran its course, it was no longer exciting. She saw all the pictures she wanted to see and all the got him to say and do and admit all the naughty, spicy stuff that she wanted to hear. And it's on to the next guy. He says, I was reasonable at first. She even said that she is applying for a university and is very busy. I thought, well, maybe she got even more on her hands, so I can wait a bit and everything will be like before. And waited and waited and waited. No, that's just her excuse. The odds are she just got bored. And yeah, she probably had fun with you during that time period. Okay, I won't deny that, because obviously she kept talking to you. But then it got boring. On to the next one. Or maybe she and the boyfriend made up for whatever issue it is, and so now things are okay. But I guarantee the second things go back to being bad, or at least in her opinion, she'll be off talking to some other guy. Then the doubt and grudges began clawing my very insides, especially when her application was finalized and she got on with her life there. She started treating me like a friend to simply talk to. No more affection, no more spicy texting, no more spicy pictures. See, you saw her more than just a friend to talk to. You liked her, and you loved the attention. Attention and validation, guys, they love it. They can't function without it, but eventually it will get old and get boring. But you can't feel bad for this guy. I don't feel bad for this guy because he got what he deserved. He knew she had a boyfriend. This was cheating. She was cheating on the guy, and he was helping her. Okay? Not cool. I'm with you, bro, in terms of you being frustrated with this, and I'm teaching you a lesson, but you brought this on yourself. I felt betrayed and used. In my book, it is the worst thing a person can do to their loved ones, and I consider it an irredeemable sin. Oh, come on, dude. Irredeemable sin because she stopped texting you and sending you naughty pictures and all that. Let's not get carried away now. To top it all, I'm also a very vengeful person with a long memory. I remember all those who wronged me and lying in wait to gut them when opportunity arises. I guess dwarves, my favorite fantasy race, rubbed onto me harder than I thought. You definitely are a fan of the Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy realms types of stuff. So I began ghosting and calling her out on her BS. She either agreed or confronted me with her own accusations. My patience ran thinner with every passing day. Final straw fell when I threw facts into Olga's face completely, telling her that she used me for attention and as a second airport to land when her relations with her boyfriend soured. See, you knew. Deep down you knew all along that's what was going on. Attention and validation, exactly. Now, does this mean that every single gal is going to do this? No. But nowadays, all the temptations are at their fingertips to get attention and validation 24/7 from all over the world. A pretty girl can put her pictures on Instagram, and if she has an open account that people can see her pictures and become connected to her without having to get her permission or whatever the hell it is, boom, the floodgates can open from guys all over the world sending her texts and messages and pictures and, ooh, you're so sexy, baby, and blah, blah, blah. And it goes to a lot of these gals' heads, especially the young ones. I mean, this guy, like he said, he's in college, so he's obviously in his early 20s, so this is the prime age for this stuff. But it isn't just the young ones. It's also women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Attention and validation, guys, you got to understand this. She says here, apparently she said to him, her answer, but I gave you hints that I want you and you always brush them aside. I exploded, calling her many names and telling her that I want nothing to do with her anymore. She just said, okay, and left. The worst was, unexpectedly, connected to Dungeons & Dragons, our characters were a sweet, romantic pair. She helped my PC to cure his genophobia and helped her to feel true love. Olga's betrayal struck me deep and hard. So I even wrote a story where my PC dumped hers so harshly and brutally that she became a drunken wreck that died a slow, painful death in the sewage canal. Forgotten by everyone, my hatred was this strong back then. Okay, dude, let's calm down here, okay? Let's come into reality. I'm with you, bro. I get you're hurt. I get you're upset. You know, you talked to her. You thought you had a special thing going. But you learned a very hard lesson about the attention and validation and how some of these gals crave. And the fact that they have multiple dudes they talk to. And when they get bored, they're on. But also, again, let's get back to the fact that this is karma. You knew she had a boyfriend. Okay, and you went along with this willingly. I get that you liked her. I get you thought maybe things were different between you two. But no. So, many lessons here. Don't get involved with gals that have boyfriends. Not cool. They're going to hurt you eventually, just like they're hurting the guy. He says, this wasn't the only incident of females betraying me. Several did in the past, always outside of my family. But this one cemented my distrust of modern women. Probably because you liked her the most, and you also, like you said, you knew her since she was a young girl, and your families knew each other and all that. Doesn't matter. Women are women around the world. Thanks to you, SSM, I realized my mistake. I should not have continued this sort of relationship with a girl that has a boyfriend. Good. Okay, bro, you definitely have redeemed yourself in my eyes now that you're openly admitting that you know you messed up there and it was wrong. Okay, good. I'm glad you admitted that. Okay, we're cool now. I don't know him, but it was a low thing to do on my behalf. My fault, my responsibility, my shame. If this is what his girlfriend does, I pity the poor sod now. Yes. From now on, my priorities are straight. Money, male friends, fun, and happiness. I will wait for a unicorn woman. Like my mother or mother/sister, or die alone. Thank you for clearing my mind with your videos. Yes, I know I'm very dramatic and stuff. Yeah, you are, dude, but you know what? You're entertaining. You're cool. I like entertaining people that write me. It keeps things interesting. But I've had enough BS to deal with on a daily basis to tolerate the crap above with a stone face. Bottling emotions for a man in modern society is a necessity, but releasing in private with your true mates is important. That is it. Thank you, SSM. Stay strong, stay safe, stay vigilant. Well, bro, I will. And you too. But anyhow, guys, just like I said in the beginning, the whole attention validation, there are plenty out there. They all like it. They all crave it. It's literally like a plant that needs sunlight and water. But some take it to a whole new level. This is why you got to pay attention to your girl. Pay attention to the red flags. She's always on her damn phone and always on Instagram or whatever the hell it is and stuff like that. You got to be aware of this. It's unfortunate that you have to sleep with one eye open, literally, and almost like police activities. Because that's the last thing you want to do with a gal that you feel that you have a good connection with and really like and care about. But I mean, it's just these countless stories I go over. Again, does this mean everyone's going to do this? No. But it happens enough times that I got enough fuel for 2 videos of this type of subject every day from dudes all over the world. So the old attention validation thing, dead on. Doesn't make a difference where you are in the world. It's the same thing. I talk about this all the time, that human nature is human nature. It doesn't make a difference where you live. What men respond to emotionally and what drives us and motivates us is the same all around the world, and it's the same thing with the gals. It doesn't make a difference where you live in the world, what your culture is, your religion, your socioeconomic background, your education, whatever you want to call it. What drives us, drives us. And this is why I do this, and this is why I think what I talk about here is appealing to dudes all over the world, because the same thing happens. So there's much to learn by watching shows like mine, and not just me. There's plenty of other great channels out there to learn from. I urge you to go check out other guys, because again, it can help you out. But and also the fact that the lesson about how you get involved with a gal that's a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater, you may think that, oh, I'm different. We have a special bond. She's going to do it to you. So if you're involved with a girl right now, whatever the situation is, and you know she has a boyfriend, first of all, smack, not cool. But second of all, mark my words, when she gets bored, you're toast. Or even if she breaks up with the guy she's cheating on you with and gets serious with you, it's only a matter of time she'll do the same thing to you when she feels like she's bored or her needs aren't being met or something like that. So be aware of this. Don't get involved with other gals, physically or virtually, whatever you want to call it. Not good. If you have something going on, you find out that she has something with another guy, end it. Walk away. And I get that's hard, especially when you got feelings going on and all that, but it's only going to end up with you hurt and maybe a potential ass kicking when the boyfriend finds out. So, anyhow, guys, that was a good one to cover. To this guy who wrote me in, I wish you well. Hope you're doing well. Focus on yourself. Focus on school. Doing the best you can in school. Hanging out with your bros. Focusing on your purpose. Saving money. Investing your money. Building wealth. Taking care of your body, getting in good shape, maintaining a good relationship with your bros and your family. And down the road, when you cool off from all this, and if you are serious about relationships and all that, pay attention to all these things. Learn from the mistakes. Don't get involved with another dude's girlfriend. But I'm sure you know this. And by the way, if this Olga girl starts reaching out to you again, have nothing to do with her, because it's only going to lead to trouble and heartache down the road. So, I've talked long enough. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below and what you think about this. And as always, guys, if you got a great story you'd like to share about something that you went through and you've overcome, it's always good to hear a good end of the story, even though that a guy went through hard times. Send it to me. This also includes really great articles and crazy stories. Send it over. If it definitely works, I will cover it in a future video. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.